that highlight dough. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to this channel, hello. How are you? My name is Shara and I'm happy to have you here. So for today's video, I have a super exciting review to share with you guys. It's going to be a review on some pretty affordable makeup brushes. JUNO CO sent me a box, and of course the box did have a bunch of awesome products that I wanted to share. Right when I opened it, I was like, oh my gosh. Yes, this is something I'm definitely going to have to film a video on. As many of you do know that I love to bargain hunt. I love me some good deals. And when I saw that these beauty products start at $1, I was like, say no more, fam. Let me look into this because I'm very, very, very interested in seeing how well the quality of these brushes are. I love seeing beauty companies that come out with beauty products that are affordable. It does have like super cute packaging. Everything is very nicely packaged. Within, I have not opened these. I have not touched, played with anything yet. And then I also got the JUNO Fusion sponge. It's not your average sponge. It's made out of like a microfiber material, which pretty much means that small fibers cover up the makeup sponge. You can use it wet for a flawless natural look, but if you want a thicker, fuller coverage application, then definitely use it dry. It says it does work best with liquid foundation as well as cream concealers. The sponge is designed to absorb less product. If you use the same amount of product you'd use with other sponges, you'll end up with more product on your face. Make sure to test it with less product if you want to compare. This sponge definitely intrigued me. It does have like a velvety feel to it. It's like super soft. It's definitely nothing like the Beauty Blender as far as it feels. Like it does have like that microfiber, for sure, like velvety feel to it. It does have a little bit of the sponge cut off on the side as well as the tip, and I'm guessing that's for like blending out or even like cleaning up any baking. I'm definitely gonna use it dry. I'm not really known to use liquid foundation with sponges because of the fact that it does suck up a lot of product, but since this one does state that it doesn't do that, I'm willing to try it out and see how this product does work dry, since it is supposed to give you more of a fuller coverage. We will definitely be testing this baby out. On the website, the sponge does retail for $4, which is a great deal considering that the Beauty Blender is like $19, 20 bucks or something. I do have 6 brushes, so I'm gonna just take them out of the brush case, which they do come very nicely packaged. These little bristle holders are reusable, so if you do have any of these, like definitely keep them because you can take these on travel. Wow, like just first impression, just feeling the brush, this is very good quality. The bristles are super soft, like very surprisingly impressed with how nice the quality of these brushes are. This does not feel cheap at all, I'm just saying. The handle, it does have like a geometric shape to it. Adding little details like that is definitely what gets me. It does show on their website that you can get these brushes individually, or you can get the essential brush bundle, and altogether this whole set is like $11. 6 brushes for $11. Like that's actually a pretty good deal, especially for the quality of these brushes. Now I'm really excited to try these on my face because I don't know. Sometimes you get kind of skeptical about, you know, just like cheaper brushes. They kind of almost remind me of like IT cosmetic brushes, and you know those aren't cheap. The ES01, the Fundamental Foundation Brush. This brush is a fundamental for a natural look, no matter what type of foundation you're using, created, build, coverage, or a light application for even those hard to reach spots. I like more so using this to like kind of maybe color correct with. Very interested in using the sponge as far as like foundation goes. ES02, the You're Making Me blush brush. Achieve that natural pinch of color with this lightweight blush brush that picks up and finishes off the right amount of blush for flawless cheeks. ES03, Ka-Powder brush. Powder off your look or sculpt for a flawless finish with the Ka-Pow. Ideal for powder formulas, this brush is perfect for baking, finishing touches, or blending that perfect sculpt to your face. ES04, the I'm a Big Fan brush. The perfect application brush for the highlighters and finishing powders. ES05, multi-use lip, brow, and liner brush. This is not a lip, brow, or liner brush. It's more of like just a regular angle brush. I'm not sure if they have like a mistypo or something, but their website is saying the description of this brush, ES05, as a multi-use lip, brow, and liner brush, and it's definitely not. I mean, it's an angled brush. I'm more so probably use it for contouring on their actual website. Looking down for like the other related products, and it has them individually. Here is the Contour Me In brush, the ES05. This brush right here. It delivers flawless dimension for the cheekbones and chin using this super soft bristle brush that lays down pigment effortlessly in all the right places. ES06, let it blend eyeshadow brush. Whether you're making a smoky eye or cut crease, this sturdy yet soft brush will help minimize fallout and help apply accurate precision. Oh, now that we've gone over all those brushes and the sponge, let's do this. Let's get into it. Already done my brows. I've already primed. Going to pull my hair back because it's a hot mess. I got a hat on because I'm having a bad hair day. I'm looking crazy. Super crazy right now. Ugh, let's put that back on. Now I look like just a dude. Let's not mind that right now. I'm going to go ahead and color correct, and I'm just going to go in with this brush right here, foundation brush. We're not going to use it for that today. I don't really care to use these kind of flat brushes for foundation. For clients, I like to apply a primer with these kind of brushes. I also like to use these brushes for like masks, like mud masks. They usually go on pretty well for that. There's definitely multi uses for these kind of flat brushes. I'm going in with my holy grail, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I'm just gonna apply just a little bit of it, just kind of everywhere. I've actually been mixing two foundations lately, and I kind of been loving the finish. I'm going to go ahead and do that here as well. I did a review on the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25-Hour Breathable Foundation, and this one was actually pretty good. It was just a couple shades darker. I found that it works really well with this foundation, the Wet n Wild one. So I like to just kind of add it in. It gives it like a beautiful, like full coverage look. Moment of truth. Let me zoom you guys in for this. Like it said, go in dry. We're going to go ahead and dab it all the way in. It's not bad. Wow. I'm not a very big fan when it comes to using a sponge for just liquid foundation. I more so like using it for concealer. I'm kind of digging this. It is definitely laying on the coverage. I feel like it's distributing the products where I need it for sure. Take a look at that sponge. You can definitely still see the product on the sponge, obviously, but it's not as like much. You can tell other beauty blenders definitely soak up that foundation. I feel like a lot of it is on my face. It's not as like bouncy. Maybe if it was wet, it might be just a little bit more bouncier as like a regular beauty blender, but it's definitely softer than a regular beauty blender, and I'm definitely liking that. I feel like the softness of it definitely makes up for like the bounce to it. It has covered and evened out my skin pretty well. Not quite sure where that cut out, but as you can see, I've already started on my concealer. I wanted to check out the sponge and see how it blends out this concealer. It's blending out really nicely. I am definitely loving the way that this sponge is moving around product. It is crazy how like it's just moving the product around so nice. I'm gonna go ahead and take this E503 brush and just set my under eye with it. I feel like this dome shaped brush is gonna definitely get in the under eye the way I want it. Just to avoid any creasing, I'm just gonna go in with this sponge and kind of dab out any final creasing that I see. Go in with the Ulta Banana Powder. Now I'm going to take the ES02 brush. I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with this brush. I know I'm kind of using the brushes like all over the place. I'm just basing the brush shape and how I would use it, even if I didn't have a guide to show me like what the brush was used for. I feel more comfortable just working with the brushes that way. Wow, my face just looks so flawless. Am I tripping? I'm shook. I am so shook right now. Set my face. As you can see, that brush did very well for setting the foundation. So we're gonna go in with the ES05 brush. Let's do some bronzing. Gotta get rid of that double chin we got going on right now. The Lisa Frank, the Glamour Dolls collab. I got this one in my Ipsy. Love this bronzer still. And then I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Press Powder. This is like a few shades darker than me. This one's in Cocoa. I just like to use this one to kind of warm up the contour just a little bit. I love to bake, that's like a no-brainer. I gotta bake with this sponge. I gotta check it out and see how this sponge works. I'm using the Make a Revolution Luxury Powder and Banana. I am definitely going to take advantage of using like the flatter end of the sponge, mainly because I haven't used a brush to bake with like a flatter end. Oh yeah, I like that already. It's already given me like that sharp line that I look for when I start to like clean up that contour area. I'm just turning it around and baking that way. It just like formed right in the under eye area. I do find it kind of hard to kind of clean up my nose. I like to clean up like the outer parts a little bit, and that's kind of a struggle because there's like no points to clean it up. So I'm having to kind of maneuver the sponge a little bit as far as that goes. So I'm just gonna let that baking set a little bit, and while we let that set, let's work on the eyes. The only eye brush that they sent me was the ES06, so we're just going to work with this one. So I'm going to go in with my All I See Is Magic by Colourpop palette. This palette is amazing! I definitely love it. This shade right here is just like an all over like good transition shade. I'm just going to pack that all over the lid and just kind of pull it up into the transition area. With the same brush, I'm just going to go into this shimmer shade. I'm going to use that for the brow bone. Then I'm going to take this deep cranberry shade, place it on the whole lid, and then just kind of smoking that out. I'll bring a little bit of that below on the lower lash line. Ooh, that's so pretty. I'm actually digging this look, guys. Literally, this one brush, I used it to do my whole eye look. And now I'm going to go ahead and brush off the baking. I'm going to go in with the ES03. I remember that I did say it was good to do that with. The last brush that I haven't used is the highlighting brush, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go in with Glow Getter in the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero collab. I have not used a fan brush for highlighting in forever, and oh my gosh, this fan brush is doing it. It's doing work. That highlight dough. There you have it. I've used all 6 of the JUNO brushes and the JUNO Fusion sponge. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the mascara, my liner, and my lashes, my lips, and I will be right back with my final thoughts. So now that I have my full face on, I am back. My final thoughts for the JUNO beauty tools. Overall, I am very, 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 very impressed with the quality of the brushes for sure. The price of the brushes, so affordable. I love the fact that they look super, super sleek, and they do not feel cheap at all. It's very, very crazy how these brushes are $2 a piece and the whole set together is like $11. I hope that they do come out with more brushes. I would love to see them come out with more beauty tools, because these brushes right here have definitely turned me kind of like see what else they have in store. I'm just very, very shook at this point with how amazing these brushes are. I mean, you guys saw how it applied on my face. I absolutely love how everything applies. I love the fact that they are affordable. I cannot get over that fact. If I can find a good deal on something and the quality is there, what more can you ask for? Last but not least, the JUNO Fusion sponge. Wow. Wow. If I'm not using the Beauty Blender, then I'm definitely using a Real Techniques sponge, which I definitely like them as well. They are more on the affordable side. They aren't as bouncy as the Beauty Blenders are, but they still work. They still make do. Microfiber Fusion sponge. That's definitely something I never knew existed, and it is something that I feel like I could definitely use again and again and again. I would definitely use it dry. This sponge laid my foundation so nicely. I was so shook with how great this sponge laid my foundation. The way it blends out the concealer for highlighting, the way it baked. I mean, this sponge did it all, and I used this one sponge for everything, and it did what it did, and for $4 you cannot beat that. This is like literally affordable, more affordable than the Real Technique sponges, because I know those ones, like the orange Real Technique sponges, are $6. $4, and it's different. I love the shape of it. You're able to carve out what you need to carve out, blend out what you need to blend out, and it does have like the egg shape to go in with the under eye. I mean, like, everything about this sponge is unique, and it is definitely a sponge that I am so excited I got to try out and experience, because I have not tried anything like this sponge. I did not have to use as much product as I usually do use when it comes to my foundation, because that first layer that I usually put on, like I showed you when I did the demo on the sponge, I put that layer on and then I do like another layer, and I didn't even have to do that layer. I feel like I got a pretty good amount of coverage. It was definitely a medium coverage, but it was like going into like the fuller side. This sponge is probably my favorite tool out of all of the products that got sent to me. I'm definitely going to be using the brushes for sure, the sponge for sure, but the sponge is definitely my favorite. I definitely want to mention that is something I highly suggest you guys try. This is a game changer, guys. Like, literally a game changer. If you guys like using a sponge for your liquid foundation, try this sponge out. It's no joke. They're good, you guys. You guys, stop what you're doing. Go to JUNO's website and check out the brushes. Of course, I'll have the website and all that linked down below as well. And I'm trying to come out with a promo code with them. So if I do have a code to save you guys some money, I will have that linked down below as well. So definitely use the code if you want to save a little bit of extra, you know. Even though they are affordable, you can't go wrong with saving a little extra. With that being said, I'm going to stop rambling because I probably sound crazy. That is everything for this video. Like this video if you found it helpful, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'll also list my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram, my vlogging channel, and my Snapchat. All that will be listed right here. Everything will be linked down below. I'll also link the JUNO & Company website down below, so definitely go check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.